What's on, ladies and gentlemen? My name's Ross, I like games, and today we're back with part 2 of the OP-07 FAQ. You know the deal, right? This is quite a lot of rulings. When it says starter deck FAQ, we can get it in one video, it's nice and good, but it ends up being like a 25-minute, half-hour video if I try and get them all into one, or I'm rushing, and no one wants that, right? So look, part 1 is linked in the description. If you haven't watched that, go check it out before or after this video. We looked at red, green and blue in the first half of the video, so let's start off in the second half with Foxy. Foxy is the purple leader in this set, and we got the skill whereby if you have, when attacking Don -3, if you have 3 or more Foxy Pirates characters in play, you can choose one of your opponent's rested leaders and characters, and they don't activate during your opponent's next refresh phase. So can I get one of each? Can I get a character and a leader here? 2 in total? Yes. It has to be a leader and a character, but you can get 2. Well, if my opponent's leader is active, can I still use this to select a character? Yes. Yes, you can. It's another one of those things whereby it lets you do 2, but if you can only use 1, that's fine. Similarly, if the leader was rested but there were no characters, you could use this to stop the leader refreshing while not going after the characters. Now, there is a purple Sanji in this set, and while you've got 2 or more fewer Don than your opponents, this card costs 3 less in your hand, and you've got blocker. So it's an awkward card. I think I've got the translation right here. And essentially, it's a free cost, 6,000 power, counter plus 2k, if you've got 2 or more fewer Don than your opponent, i.e. they've got 6, you've got 4 or fewer. They've got 7, you've got 5 or fewer, etc. And it's also got blocker as well, regardless. Seems like a pretty cool card. Okay. So let's get awkward. This is one of my favourite rulings in this FAQ. I love this. So what about Starter Deck 10 Law? Because Starter Deck 10 Law says that you can play a character for free, but only if it is a 4 cost or less. That's the Don -3, put a 3k of your opponents to the bottom of their deck and play a 4 cost or lower from your hand. Well, if you've got 2 fewer Don than your opponent, or more than 2 fewer, can you play this for free with Law? Yes, you can, because it is a 3 cost in your hand, and Law lets you play a 4 cost or lower. Weird, but kind of amazing. Now, moving on to Stussy here. Apparently, we're already out of purple rulings. What you've got is, on play, you can put one of your characters in the trash to KO any one of your opponent's characters. Seems good being able to KO anything. What if you have no characters, though? Can I play this character, trash this character, and then KO any one of my opponent's characters? Yeah. Because you play it, and then you look to trash one of your characters, at which point this is on the field. So yes, you can absolutely trash this to KO any one of your opponent's characters. Now, Hatori is one of my favourite cards in the set. I adore that this is coming, and when we get to the OP-07 pre-release, I want pre-release versions of this card. If anyone gets a pre-release version of this, please, please, please hit me up on Twitter at @TheWassy. We will trade. But it's actually a ruling we saw twice in the first half of the video. It says on your turn, on play, give your Rob Luchi 2k buff, and that could be character or leader. Does it mean on your turn plus 2k and on play plus 2k for a 4k total? No. It is saying if you play it on your turn, 2k buff, but it only activates during your turn. If it's played on your opponent's, you don't get the buff. Got it. Now, Morgan's comes in here. On play, your opponent trashes a card from their hand, and then reveals their hand, and then draws a card. Okay. Do I get to see the card they've drawn? No. They trash a card, then they show you their hand, then they draw a card, but that happens after they revealed their hand, so there will be that one card in hand that remains a mystery. Obviously, there's a new Luffy in this set. There's a couple new Luffy in this set. This is kind of zombie Luffy. And what we've got here is, when attacking, trash one of your opponent's characters of a cost of 2 or less. And then you can get as many 4-cost or higher characters as you like from your trash to the bottom of your deck in any order. And for every free that you got, you gain 1,000 power this turn. Well, in the FAQ, they've used the specific example, what if I get 5 plus 1,000? Because you've got 3, that's plus 1,000, and then another 2, which is fewer than 3. So it doesn't activate the second 1,000. If you get 3 or 4 or 5, you get plus 1k. 6, 7, 8 plus 2k. 9, 10, 11 plus 3k, and so on and so forth. If it's incomplete, you don't get the buff. Now, Rob Luchi is coming in as a character here in Devil Fruit form, which makes me happy. And on play, you can put 3 cards in your trash to the bottom of your deck, however you like. Then your opponent trashes a card from their hand. And then you get to choose a card from your opponent's trash and put it to the bottom of their deck. And the ruling is specifically about who chooses the card to be put to the bottom of the owner's deck. The person playing Rob Luchi. And this is really important. You've got stuff like Gecko Moria from OP-06, which lets you play characters from the trash. This is basically a card in response to this, and I did tell you this in a video, I want to say yesterday, and I told you the ruling correctly. The person playing Rob Luchi chooses. That is very important. Now, we've got the card, it's literally translated as shaved, which is a bit weird. And it's a 1-cost counter. You give your leader or one of your characters a 2k boost to the battle. And then if your trash has 10 or more cards, you get to put a CP card from your trash to your hand. Okay, so if the counter was activated, my trash had 9 cards. Do I get to put a character back to my hand? Or it doesn't have to be a character, any card with CP in. Because I've got 9... But then I play this card, which puts 10. Does that count? Yes, it does. So you got 9 cards in your trash, you play this, you then have 10 cards in your trash just in time to use this to get one back. Now, Iron Ingot is another card which is coming in here. It is a 2-cost card, and you give one of your leader or characters a 4k buff for the battle as a counter, and then if your trash has 10 or more cards, you get another 2k. Same question, same answer. Yes, if you've got 9 cards in your trash when you play this, it will activate, because playing this puts 10 cards in your trash. Then we've got one more event card here, which is the same kind of deal. You draw a card, then if your trash has 10 or more cards, you give one of your opponent's characters -3 cost for the turn. Yes, if you've got 9 in your trash, and then you play this, it will put you up to 10 and activate it. Same ruling 3 times, same answer all 3 times. Now, Vega Punk is your yellow leader that is coming in this set, and it's a little bit busted. Now, it can't attack, and it's only got 2 life, but activate main once per turn. You can pay 1 to put a 5-cost Egghead card either into play or face up on top of your life. Now, it doesn't actually say, and correct me if I'm wrong about this, but I believe my translation is correct here. It doesn't actually say that you have to play a 5-cost character from your hand. It just says, from your hand, 5-cost or lower characteristic Egghead card, up to 1, put it on top of your life, or play it. So can I use this to play a 5-cost or lower event card? No. You can use it to put a 5-cost or lower event card onto your life. That was never an issue. That was easy. The question was, could you use this to play an event card? No, it has to be a character. Now, Frankie gets a lovely Egghead card here. And we got a trigger, draw 1. And then if you've got 1 or less life, you get to play this card for free. What if you don't? What if you have 2 or more life? Well, you draw a card, you still get to draw the card, and then this card gets put in the trash. That's what it does. That's what it says. Job's a good one. Now, there is Lilith making their debut in this particular set, and we've got on play, look at the top 5 cards of your deck, find an Egghead card other than Lilith, put it in your hand, rest of the cards on the bottom of your deck in any order. It is your generic Egghead searcher. Do I have to reveal the card I find to my opponent? Yes. Because otherwise your opponent doesn't know that it is an egghead type card. This has been the case for a while, going back to OP-01. You have to reveal it, or else your opponent doesn't actually know if it's an egghead card or not. And then the final ruling, we've got the secret rare ace. On play, you can add a card from the top of your deck to your life. And then if you've got 2 or fewer life, you gain rush. So you gain a life and then you're a 10k rusher. That sounds good to me. But what if you've got 2 life? And you choose not to put a card on top of your life? Do you still get rush when you play this card? Yes. And obviously there will be times you absolutely want to do this, because having a card with 10k in rush is big, and sometimes that'll be the final attack that wins you the game, and you don't need to put an extra life on top of your life, because you're about to win the game, but you need to have rush to win the game. So that's where this would come in. You can choose not to put an extra life down, so that you've got 2 or less to preserve the fact that you have rush. Cool. This is another one that's pretty big if this card sees play, which it should, because it's busted. Right, there we go. That's what you need to know, and now it's over to you guys. Tell me which of these cards you're excited about. Tell me which of these ones you want to be playing with. Tell me anything you want to tell me in the comment section. Good us. Be nice. And then make sure you like this video, subscribe to this channel, follow me on Twitter at TheWasi. That's where we talk about One Piece and a bunch of other card games. And please do consider checking out patreon.com/PTCG Radio, where you can support the channel, get some bonus podcasts, all that good stuff. But by far the most important thing, as always, look after yourselves till next time, would ya? Thank you very much for watching. My name's Ross, and you've been watching Wossy Plays.